Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Best Ball Bros! I'm Matt.
I'm Aaron.
Welcome back to episode 8.
And this is going to be the fun episode.
This is all about the camp hype that we have been observing and everything we're excited about.
Yes, so we got camp hype, news, notes. We're going to do DraftKings today.
Okay.
So we're going to get back to the OG DraftKings.
But first, this week while we were talking, we made a little wager between the two of ourselves, and we have a little bit of a history on wagers. Aaron is currently losing one.
Losing two, really, but
the other one is active at the moment.
Well, the active one is because I lost the first one so bad.
Yeah, double or nothing. We would love to hear your guys' terrible bets, because as of right now, Aaron's punishment, if he loses, he has to eat 2 work boots.
Okay, hold on.
It's a double or nothing bet, so it could wash out.
It could wash out. We did talk it down to just a piece of a boot. But
it's the leather. You don't have to eat the rubber, but it's the leather you have to
jerky.
eat.
In my head, it's jerky. So the original bet, for everybody listening, was that the Chicago Bears were not going to draft essentially what turned into Caleb Williams because they had Justin Fields.
We made that bet before the season even started.
Yes.
I was adamant.
This was
the stipulation
2 seasons ago?
Yeah, it was 2 seasons ago. The stipulations on the bet were no quarterbacks in the first or second round. And I was adamant they were going to draft somebody. Lo and behold, they traded for the number 1 overall pick and got rid of Justin Fields. And so the second bet is we got into an argument one day, and I said that Jared Goff will never be a Super Bowl winning quarterback. And in a fit of pique, Aaron said, bet. Double or nothing on the Justin Fields bet. And
They almost saved me last year.
Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. But if he is on a roster,
on an active roster
that wins the Super Bowl, he cashes the bet and wipes out.
Practice squad counts.
On a roster.
Practice squad counts.
But as of right now, it's looking like it's with the Detroit Lions.
My sweet baby boy, Jared Goff, do not let me down.
So now, all of that being said, we made a new bet. And this time, Aaron wants to bet money.
Yeah, I'm gonna be so full off of 2 leather boots. So we're betting league fees for next year. It is a head-to-head. Which tight end finishes the end of the season higher ranked in fantasy?
And obviously, everybody knows my love for Kyle Pitts and his disdain for Kyle Pitts. And he started talking about how he drafted Dalton Kincaid. And I lost my cool on that phone call. I did not understand why you would write off Kyle Pitts, but think that Kincaid is going to suddenly take off.
Okay, so Dalton Kincaid is going to finish better than Kyle Pitts this season.
We're going off
This is the bet. Dalton Kincaid heads up versus Kyle Pitts.
In DraftKings points.
Yes, DraftKings half-point PPR rankings.
Any injuries nullify the bet.
Not any injuries, any games missed nullifies. Because you could play with a busted shoulder and it still hurts you in fantasy.
This seems like an easy out considering Dalton Kincaid is fighting a knee injury already and has missed some practices with this.
I did not know this news when we made this stipulation.
So it seems like you have an easy out already on this bet.
Can we make all 3 bets tie into this one? Is that count?
No.
Okay. Enough about our nonsense.
Look, if Jared Goff won a Super Bowl,
sweet baby Jesus,
it would hurt me even more than wiping out the bet, because that means the Lions win a Super Bowl before my beloved Viking. So you should just be happy with the idea of if you won that bet. So we're not tying it into a third bet.
Come on, Jared.
It's already double or nothing.
Come on, Jared Goff.
Okay.
All right.
So anybody listening out there, if you're out there, our Polish or Canadian listeners playing fantasy football, tell us what crazy bets you've made, because that's ours.
And if they're about Kyle Pitts, I'm sorry. So we got news first. When I'm making these show docs and I'm getting the news bits for the week that we kind of see, I kind of just get them as I see them. So there's not really a beautiful order or organization behind it. It's kind of just when I see it, we talk about it.
And sometimes there's updates on the news that he has.
Yes. So, piece number 1, Courtland Sutton. You're getting paid, sir. 4 years, $92 million for the Denver Broncos.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Bo Nix.
Maybe you will be the new slant boy.
And as long as it's good for fantasy. This next piece of news is for you, sir.
Yep. Treylon Burks cut from the Titans. His shoulder injury, I guess, was just too much for the Titans, and they let him go. No breakout season for Treylon.
No breakout season. If you listen to the last episode, guys, you will understand the funny thing about that. Luther Burden, rookie for the Chicago Bears, was at practice. Except he was scorned, maybe?
But
got into it with Ben Johnson, apparently, on the sideline, so...
I don't know, but reports are he's looking good in camp.
Well, we can talk about that camp news in a little while, because I don't think there's anything good looking about the Chicago Bears in camp. I'll let you tackle this next one.
Sad news, Isaiah Likely broke a bone in his foot and may require surgery. As far as I know, they haven't decided a plan yet.
But it seems like it's likely going to be surgery. So, yeah, that bumps up Mark Andrews a little bit. They said if they do surgery, I mean, they still expect him back early in the season. So
one of my trusted analysts said that this is not a Mark Andrews bump. This is a DeAndre Hopkins bump.
I can see that.
So.
I can see that because I think that's the goofy thing about the tight end situation in Baltimore is the two tight ends are completely different.
Yeah.
Isaiah Likely can catch a 9 route and look beautiful doing it, and Mark Andrews just eats up the middle.
Oh yeah, he'll sit in his zone perfectly
and drop touchdowns.
Ouch.
So I can see where that's a bump for Hopkins. Another unfortunate piece of news: Mr. Zach Moss was cut by the Cincinnati Bengals. You didn't seem like that was a piece of news. I think it's more of a more definitive. Chase Brown's going to run this backfield, and then like today we're doing a DraftKings draft. There's 20 rounds, so you want to take a shot at a backup running back, Taj Brooks. I think that bumps you up a little bit. You seem to be now the number 2. I think they still might. I could be wrong about this. I'm not double checking it. We're just talking. They might still have Samaje Perine, or did he go? No, he went to Denver.
The training camp rosters are always like 6 running backs deep anyways.
Yeah, but from what I saw, the indication is this is a bump more for Taj Brooks than the other guy.
I could see that.
So keep that in mind. You're drafting late. You want to look. You can never have too many running backs on your roster. We know how injuries work in playing this game.
And then the Bengals made a subsequent move, signing Noah Fant. Signed Noah Fant after he was cut by the Seahawks.
Okay, so we're going to take a step away from fantasy for a second and talk GM to GM. Let's play GM here.
Okay.
Why are you signing more offensive pieces?
I would honestly bet it's just on the fact of Mike Gesicki is old.
Oh, that's fine. But your only defensive player you have, you're in a contract dispute right now, and you go out and sign more offensive pieces.
I'm shocked he didn't sign with the Dolphins.
That would have been awesome. But what are we doing, Cincinnati?
Like you said, they're going to be playing a basketball game where 1st to 70 wins.
So if we pull it back to fantasy, terrible defenses mean great offenses for fantasy.
That's why Jamar Chase was a monster last year.
But there is a point where your defense can be so bad it doesn't help your offense.
I don't think I can name a single starter. Bengals defense off the top of my head.
Not unless it's Hendrickson.
Sure.
But they're in a contract dispute.
Yeah.
So it just blows my mind, and I get it. Offense is king. That's for what we do and what we talk about. We love offense. We don't talk about a lot of defensive players. But...
Well, Best Ball does not draft defenses.
Well, we're coming up on regular season, so now we have to start looking at defenses every once in a while for home leagues and stuff we do. But
Vikings defense #1.
Gross.
What do you mean gross?
Gross. So what it does, it worries me that this defense is going to be so bad that the offense is going to be like, we can't do anything. So I just don't get it for that. Noah Fant, congratulations, buddy. You're playing football this year, so that's awesome.
Okay, so moving on. Take our caps off in respect for Latavius Murray announces his retirement.
Yes, and man, did I like watching him play football.
When he played for the Vikings, I was really impressed with how he ran the ball. I've always been a fan. Ever since he played for the Vikings, I was a fan. I followed him a little bit and really, really enjoyed the way he played.
Well, he should be a podcast favorite because he played for the Saints also.
Unfortunately.
Oh, don't do that. Thank you, sir, and I hope you enjoy your retirement.
Congratulations.
Get to play more GM with this next piece of news.
Yes. We have 2 trade requests. We'll cover the important one first. Terry McLaurin.
That's the important one to you?
Yeah. He told the Commanders, I want out.
Well, when you acquire just the physical specimen that is Deebo Samuel, you can, get rid of your best receiver on your roster. So
I guess that's really my biggest problem is Deebo's had one good year. He was a phenom that year. I think he had like 1,400 yards receiving and 600 yards rushing. He was incredible. However,
I don't want him
that was like 3 years ago.
I don't want him as my number 1 receiver if I'm a...
No.
So let's say this gets ugly. Okay? And this conversation is stemming from the fact of in my keeper league, I have Mr. Jaden Daniels as my quarterback, and I'm actively trying to shop him, and that's kind of hurting right now. So what do you think this does? Do you think that they can resolve this? Do you think this gets ugly? What do you think happens?
I think this trade request could be resolved well. I think it could end in a contract, and everybody's happy.
I don't think McLaurin gets the money he wants.
Probably doubtful.
Okay, let's play a fun game. Where would you like to see Terry McLaurin traded to? For fantasy, not for Minnesota Viking fun.
Oh, no. I wasn't even going to say that. Terry McLaurin, probably the Dolphins.
Really?
Yeah, I think that would be a fun offense.
That might be too many cooks in the kitchen in that offense.
Maybe, but you've got an idea. Mine was just quick off the top of my dome. Who do you think you should go to?
San Fran.
San Fran?
Ricky Pearsall. They trade Juwan Jennings to Washington because he's in his contract dispute right now. Send Juwan Jennings to Washington. Send Terry McLaurin to San Fran.
Do you think the Commanders would even accept Juwan Jennings considering his situation?
I think if it gets ugly enough, they need receivers. Man.
They do.
And then it's just funny to
No. I meant, do you think the Commanders receive Juwan Jennings?
I mean, they took Deebo.
Yes, they took Deebo, but that's different. That is not Terry McLaurin.
Look, man, I honestly think this gets fixed.
I think this one gets fixed.
The next one.
The next trade request. Now, this is the side of the ball we don't talk about much here, but defensive end Micah Parsons. Trade request, he says, it's done. Get rid of me. I don't want to talk to Jerry. I don't want to look at his stupid face anymore. I'm done being a Cowboy.
And this this piece of news is important for regular leagues because Micah Parsons gets you sack points, buddy.
Yeah, he's a beast.
I have 2 spots for him that I think would be awesome and petrifying for the league. Pittsburgh, opposite TJ Watt on the defensive line.
Yeah, I don't know who else they have on their defensive line, so...
It'd
be fun.
You got to match up against those 2 guys. Or Cleveland, opposite Myles Garrett on that defensive line. Good luck with that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to track where he ends up, but I don't think this one ends well.
No, I don't think so either.
This seems completely over.
Yes.
He put out a whole Twitter message on his notes app with 3 pages worth of his issues with the Cowboys and how they've been jerking him around. And then they had an informal discussion with him cutting out his agent.
Yeah, that's where this gets ugly.
And then he thought that was just a discussion, and the Cowboys were like, no, this was a real discussion. Yeah. And so he was just like, these are some of the things I'd like. And they were like, okay, let's put him in the contract. And he's like, wait a second, guys. That's what my agent's for.
Yeah. Now understand.
And there's even more where then the Cowboys were like, no, we called his agent and they didn't call us back. And his agent the agency released a message and they were like, we absolutely did not receive a call.
Now, let me start this with Mr. Jerry Jones. If you would like to fly me down to Dallas and need help with anything, I will be there and I will sing your tune. But
I'll clean your glasses for you.
Yeah, but with that off the table now, Jerry Jones has been a hindrance to this team for a long time. And it's
decades.
It's getting worse. The older he gets, the more he's looking at his clock and saying, I got to get a Super Bowl, and it's just hurting the team.
The ultimately insane part is he wants to win a Super Bowl, but he's literally shooting himself in the foot by angering his best players. He even made a comment about Dak before being injured. He's made several comments about players being out and players not taking it well because this is their job.
Yeah. It's getting to the border. It's getting to the point now where it's just sad to hear. It's sad to see.
Yeah.
If you're a Dallas fan, I can only imagine the heartbreak. My GM's pretty good at pushing money down the line, so I get to deal with that headache every year. I couldn't imagine having to deal with this amount of circus every offseason.
A senile old man just completely ruining the team that he loves.
Again, Jerry Jones, if you need anything, give us a call. Look, we'll come to a podcast right in Jerry World. That's fine. That'd be awesome. So
we're not above it.
We're not above it.
We'll take the money.
Hey, we'll get on this podcast and we'll scream, Jerry Jones is the best thing for the Dallas Cowboys. And speaking of Mr. Jauan Jennings, we're going to keep this track moving. Re-aggravated this calf injury that he had dealt with last year. Now, I don't know if this is one of those quote-unquote re-aggravates because he's dealing with this contract, or...
It does kind of reek a little bit of Holton.
Just a little, but it's a huge red flag.
Yes.
It seems like every draft we do, one of us or both of us are taking Jauan Jennings or Ricky Pearsall.
I can never get Pearsall.
I'm getting him everywhere.
I'm upset. I can never get him.
But this just screams Ricky Pearsall is going to be the guy. Besides George Kittle, McCaffrey does his pass catching work. But besides McCaffrey, George Kittle and I think Ricky Pearsall are going to be the biggest beneficiary of all this nonsense.
They're saying Pearsall looks good now that he's gotten back.
He finished the year last year on fire. Let's keep that train rolling.
But then Juszczyk went down with an injury in camp too. I didn't see any updates on whether it appeared it's going to be long term or not, but he apparently went down in camp too.
Yikes.
That offense dropping like flies.
They got to change the turf or something over there, man.
Who knows?
Speaking of people going down, Khalil Shakir, high ankle sprain, 4 to 5 weeks it's estimated. So there's concern he's going to miss some time, maybe miss week 1.
He was their best wide receiver, and that's scary.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. So we can kind of tie this back to the first piece of thing we talked about today. That's why I'm getting even higher on Dalton Kincaid. Now it's just Keon Coleman and Dalton Kincaid right now. I'm
skeptical when it comes to
Kincaid.
James
Cook is holding in. We'll jump down. We'll tie this together. He's not practicing.
Yes, holding out and he's saying business. Asked why he's sitting out, and he said business.
Well, he's trying to get paid.
And so, absolutely.
So, yeah.
Now that being said, our stance has always been, unless if you have a CMC, Saquon, or Derrick Henry, don't re-sign your running back.
Yeah, if we're playing GM like we're doing today.
James Cook, he's a good player, but he's not eye-poppingly good.
No,
I hope he gets his money, but if I was sitting in the GM seat, I can't say I blame him.
No. Exactly like you said. If I'm a GM, I'm signing a rookie every year at running back. If I'm not drafting one, I'm definitely signing one. And then I'm not paying my old running back. That's not a recipe for winning football. And then Saquon Barkley and the Eagles win the Super Bowl. So what do we know?
Yeah.
But
I wish the best to James Cook, and I hope he gets his money, and I hope he's happy.
Oh, yeah.
But good luck.
Camp notes?
Let's go ahead right into the camp notes.
Oh, man, I have fun ones. All right. Well, So it's camp season. We're seeing all the funny videos, the awesome videos, and the really bad videos. So first thing I have noticed, Malik Neighbors might be the number one receiver this year off of volume alone.
I think they had to sit him in camp.
Because he's catching everything, man.
Well, he's catching everything, but that's because Russell Wilson is throwing over half of his passes at Malik Neighbors.
And here's the thing. All those catches look awesome.
Oh, of course.
It's working. Now, it's camp. Everything seems to either work or really not work in camp. But
that's like the Matt Harmon tweet where he was like, do you think all of the Giants defensive backs get upset that they're just getting posterized and put on all of these camp hype videos?
Oh, I'm twisting an ankle, buddy. I got to guard Malik this? Nah, man, I think I tweaked something.
I think it's pretty simple. If they're just going to be like, that's Malik Neighbors. Not many people are stopping him, so I did my best.
He just looks bigger. He looks meaner out there. And who knows? Maybe Russell Wilson gives Malik Neighbors the Jameis Winston targets that we were kind of hoping for. So that's
my concern when it comes to him. That's a lot of touches.
Now he did take a fall and they pulled him out of one camp, but also that's pulling you out of camp because I don't want you hurt in camp.
Just like Justin Jefferson.
Yeah,
his
was a hammy, wasn't it?
Tweaked his hamstring, and the coaches were like, "Hey, that's fine. We'll see what happens without you on the field."
That's fine.
That's smart.
Yeah, keep my guys healthy. Tank Dell's the number one running back for the Jags, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. They're saying he looks faster running the ball. He looks better catching the ball. They just say he is the complete back compared to everybody else.
I sent you that video. Me and you were on the phone discussing this video. They did the same drill. They went from Travis Etienne all the way to the fifth string running back.
Yeah.
Doing the same drill. And Tank Dell just looked better doing it.
He did.
I know you didn't say he looks bigger to me, the Travis Etienne. And
I kind of thought it was more the Guardian cap than anything because he looks like a bobblehead wearing that Guardian
big brain,
cap.
Man. Big brain. That's all that is.
But he's fast. He's got solid cuts coming in out of the break and smooth hands.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I think Tank Dell's the number one running back for the Jags.
Okay.
And look, you're still getting him late. Hopefully that stays and I can capitalize on that. Did you know Anthony Richardson can actually throw the football?
There were reports about that when he came out of college.
Yeah. Now he could chuck it.
Yeah.
But he's looking good.
That was one of the things I was going to talk about is Tyler Warren having himself some highlight plays in camp too. Richardson definitely dealing out there, and it's kind of looking like he's running away with the contest.
Yes, that one catch, that crazy one-handed bobble catch that Tyler, that was a Daniel Jones ball.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So
probably because it was so high.
Yes. But yeah, last season I put my chips in hoping Anthony Richardson was going to be a thing. Turns out he's still super young. He only had 8 starts or something ridiculous.
It was flat out. We're putting our GM caps back on.
I think we've just been wearing them the entire episode.
That's fine. Flat out, if I were the Colts GM, I would have been telling my coaches there's not a chance he sees the field his rookie season because he had so much to learn. He was a raw ball of clay that it's just like, please take the time to mold this.
Yes.
Me and
you talked about last season. You should have played Flacco the entire year.
Guaranteed they should have thrown Flacco out there. Yes. Just let him go.
Just let him go. Let this be Flacco's swan song.
Yeah.
Then turns out, he's going back to Cleveland. So.
Yeah. Well, Flacco, he looked old last year too.
Well, we can jump down a little bit. He looks old, but he looks like he's pulling the old man's strength and cooking these young kids in practice.
Yeah, he is getting the lion's share of the number one string reps. I think they said Kenny Pickett is spotting him at times, but he is getting almost all of the first team run-throughs. And side note here, Sanders is working only with the 2s and 3s. And then he got held out of camp practice recently for shoulder soreness.
So we can side note for a minute.
Again.
We're
side noting.
We're side note, the sidebar.
We're digging ourselves a maze here.
Injury news during camp season bothered.
Expound.
One, you're shaking off what rust there was. It's not as bad as it was back in the day because these guys are now training all year round.
Yeah.
But you're still shaking off some rust.
Not to mention, and sorry to cut you off, but the college season runs a little longer.
Yeah, even longer now.
He went essentially from bowl games directly into prepping.
Yes. For
the draft. And then he worked with the quarterback coach, I'm assuming he did, all offseason until now. Yeah. So,
But how many times do me and you hear, week before Super Bowl, this team was the healthiest all year, right?
Uh-huh.
It's what the game is. They say it's a car crash every time these guys hit each other. Now you're doing it in camp. You're ramping up. Everybody's going to get tweaks. Everybody's going to get hurt. So everybody jumping on all the news like, oh, you missed a practice. It's going to happen. So I always try not to overreact.
But the thing is, though, just a counterpoint to your counterpoint here, is the quarterbacks don't get hit.
Yes.
They're not getting hit. They're not getting taken to the ground. And this is shoulder soreness from throwing.
Yeah, so that's
a pretty big red flag. And last week we were talking about Flacco and Sanders and saying maybe you should take Sanders. It's really looking like Flacco is pretty much guaranteed to be the starter all year long.
Yes, and bringing this back, awesome for David Njoku.
Yes.
So that's awesome. Awesome for his name is escaping. Their wide receiver.
Not Sutton, the other guy.
Not Cortland Sutton.
Not Cortland Sutton.
Jerry Jeudy. There we go. We got the right Denver Bronco receiver.
Leaving that one in there.
Yeah, so that's awesome for Jerry Jeudy. There's going to be fantasy relevance, one of those words, on this roster.
All right, so timeout. Aaron's sounding a little addled right now, and let's just bring it up. Your AC's been out for a week. And so we're sitting in the basement.
Thank you.
It's the coolest spot in the house, but brain don't work so good in heat.
And, these guys are going to think I live in the projects or something. Because we've had a podcast without me having power. Now we've got a podcast without AC. We're not in a part of the country where there's just storms constantly.
Side note, if you're buying a full heating and cooling system, the warranty they sell you is crap.
Yes. So, thankfully,
They should have it fixed this week.
Hopefully. I took the upcharge, got the more expensive stuff. Which means I got a better warranty, but then that also means I can't touch it to fix it because it's all under warranty.
Premium.
So,
okay. So,
if anybody has a window unit, direct message us and we'll get it sent over.
Okay. Anyways, we diverted, and I kind of want to get back to the Colts. Anthony Richardson, with how late he is the last quarterback. Daniel Jones is going higher than him right now in the 200s. So take your lottery ticket and get that lottery ticket while you can, because he could end up being a very high scorer just based on his rushing ability, his playmaking ability, all of it.
Yeah, so, it could be a boat.
It could be anything.
It could be a boat. We talk about late quarterbacks as kind of our preferred method.
The last draft I did, I drafted 3 quarterbacks, and the very last one I took was Anthony Richardson.
And if he's on the field, you're going to get some type of fantasy production. Because he runs the ball, and he's definitely an option when it comes down to the goal line. We've seen he's not afraid to lower the shoulder and get 2 yards.
Not at all.
That might be a cheat code.
Not to mention, he can definitely get to the edge.
Oh, look, that's why everybody was so hyped on him. He looks like Cam Newton out there. Now, he's not as good as Cam Newton. Understand this. Cam Newton took a very bad Auburn team, won a national championship, won a Heisman. Anthony Richardson did not do that, but there you saw what could be.
Yeah.
So let's talk some good before we get to some bad. Is it the powder blues that make the Chargers look so good in everything they do?
I think it's just Harbaugh.
I feel like we do this every year with the Chargers, though, man. Every year, everybody's like, the Chargers might do it this year, and then they fall on their face. Chargers will Charger.
Just find out where that buried witch's body is and burn it already.
I mean,
break the curse.
They've got some curse going on. It's because they left San Diego. That has to be.
I mean, this has been going on long before then, but moving definitely didn't change it.
No, it definitely did. There's an extra voodoo witch down there or something. Has cursed them. So, but man, they look good.
Yeah.
They look good. I like all the pieces. And, I mean, full disclosure, I have a draft coming up next Sunday. Mm-hmm. So I've been mocking. And I get Ladd McConkey, Omarion Hampton, and Trey Harris on rosters. And I'm like, oh, God, that's too much of Chargers. But I like all those picks. So,
yeah,
I really like it. I like what I'm seeing. And Drake May looks good also.
What does that have to do with the Chargers?
This is just good news. I'm just going down the list of good news. Before we get to my really bad news, and it's going to upset a lot of people, Drake May looks good, too.
Okay. Here's the one thing that drives me absolutely nuts, though, about football Twitter and just the performance artists that are out there, is Drake May, like, all of these reports started coming out that he looks better, has more command of the offense.
Well, he's supposed to. It's year 2.
Yeah, he's supposed to. All of this stuff. Supposed to. And there's all these positive reports going on, and some idiots are quote tweeting it, and they're like, he could be QB1 this year.
No, yeah.
Get out of my face with this nonsense. Get out of here. Not a chance.
Now, we get a little takey on some things, but we're not doing that.
We explain our reasoning.
Yes.
And with this. Whereas when I saw somebody out there talking about he's going to be QB1, that blew my mind. I had to gather up my eyeballs, staple my ears back on because I couldn't believe what I was reading.
Yes. I think what I've seen, it makes me, I won't say confident, but less worried if I end up with Drake May.
Not to mention, get Kyle Williams.
Yes.
A lot of the camp hype that you're hearing, it's Drake May and Kyle Williams. So, early reports as of now so far, wide receiver 1 appears to be Kyle Williams.
Now, did you see the I should have sent it to you. I don't think I did. Did you see the segment where with Vrabel and Drake May?
No.
So, they're in practice, and Drake May throws a touchdown.
Okay.
And Drake May's kind of just pointing, back there. He's doing his little celebration. And Vrabel's like, no, go celebrate. He's like, you don't, and he even told him, he's like, how many touchdowns y'all score last year? And he was like, not a lot. And he's like, yeah, not enough. He's like, go enjoy it. Go celebrate. And then the next touchdown, you see Drake May running down there to celebrate. And that's the type of good coaching you like to see. That's the good environment you like to see. And we've had these discussions. We both love Vrabel as a coach.
Now, this is nothing like that, but I remember when I was in high school, my head coach was all about, hey, when you make a good play, celebrate because you worked hard for this moment. He was like, now that being said, don't go out there and pants yourself. But he was like, you worked hard for this moment, enjoy it. So go out there, celebrate with your team, be happy, and then, all right, game face back on. We got to finish this game.
Yeah.
But I always appreciate that when a coach is out there and he's just like, this is what this is for.
Yes.
Remember
it ultimately. Now they're getting paid millions of dollars. We're all in it. There's fantasy football around the world. We got people in Poland listening to us. Shout out, guys. But it is a game.
Yeah.
Thankfully these guys don't have to do what me and you do for a living every day because that's awful. But, I mean, you're getting paid to go play a game and enjoy it. Enjoy it because I sure wish I could.
Yeah, no kidding. Unfortunately, I'm not 6'5". With trash can lid hands.
The confidence I would have, buddy. The confidence I would have. Now, we've talked about the good news in camp.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some bad news, because why not end on a bad note, right?
This is bad news to you, but this is music to my ears.
Okay, well, I only have one piece of really kind of bad news, but there are some things I've seen that I didn't write on here that I can remember. So I'm gonna leave that point for a second.
Oh, okay.
Quentin Johnston, catch the ball! Buddy, you have the size, you have the talent, you have the musculature. You have it's got to be in your head, man.
Just focus through the catch.
It's
stop looking ahead.
It's got to be in his head.
Stop looking ahead. Stop trying to make the next move. Secure the catch. Put your feet on the ground and start running. Watch the ball.
This was even a problem back at TCU.
Yeah,
and so he'd be an awesome corner. Maybe he's on the wrong side of the ball. He's got to catch that ball.
All right. So hope he figures it out.
Yeah.
Moving on to the Bears.
It doesn't look great.
So one of the analysts that I saw, they put a positive spin on it.
Okay.
And they said essentially, now this is their good faith interpretation of this, and they openly said it. They believe that the Bears are basically treating Caleb Williams like a rookie.
Okay.
And they are making him drink from the fire hose, figure it out, the good with the bad, let's go. And they're going to make him do everything in the playbook until they pare it down to this is what he does the best. But
the only thing that bothers me with that is you have film of him in high school, you have film of him in college, you have film of him playing a year in the NFL. You know what he can do well.
Yeah,
it's your job to look at a guy and know what he does well.
But this isn't the coach that drafted him.
Right.
And that being said, the rumors on the street is that
Ben Johnson would take Justin Fields.
I doubt that. The rumors on the street that Shane Waldron's offense did not have drop depths at all for their quarterbacks. So the wide receivers didn't know how to properly time their routes. And Caleb Williams was essentially making it up on the spot.
Well, you brought this to my attention. DJ Moore showed the frustration last year with.
He was visibly angry.
Well, when you come from Carolina and you think, I'm going to get an upgrade going anywhere but Carolina, and then you end up in Chicago, I'd be mad too, man.
Well, he was happy playing with Justin Fields. The 1 year he got to play with Justin Fields, he appeared happy, and he had a pretty monster year.
That's because Justin Fields is good at football. I think the coaching staff failed Justin Fields in Chicago.
I'd agree with that.
We've had this discussion because
almost all quarterbacks get rushed out there these days. It's unfortunate.
Yes. Me and you have had this talk. I can't remember if we've had it on the podcast. So if I'm saying this again, guys, I apologize. But I've had the stance almost since they got Ben Johnson there. You don't want a Chicago Bear this year. You want him next year.
It's looking more and more like that. But somebody's going to have a good year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's what last episode was about.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to have somebody good. I'm slightly taking more chances on Colston Loveland, the rookie tight end.
Okay.
I've been grabbing him a little bit. If I can't get Tyler Warren, then I kind of try to go for Colston Loveland.
Yeah.
Man, I wish we could have made this bet with Tyler Warren.
You did ask me after we made the bet if we could swap out a tight end, and my whole point was that it was Pitts versus Kincaid, and yes. That if we were talking about Tyler Warren, I wouldn't make the bet. So
yes, I really like Tyler Warren this year. But so I'm taking shots on Colston Loveland. I don't mind taking shots on DeAndre Swift, just because a Ben Johnson offense uses the running back. That's just we have very clear evidence.
Although reports is Kyle Monangai climbing the depth chart.
I don't think he gets past Roschon Johnson. I think Roschon Johnson is actually a really good running back.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if Roschon Johnson ends up being the starting running back by the end of the season. Now, we've taken Monangai a couple times. Yeah. I'm probably butchering that pronouncing. But Mr. Monangai, we apologize.
When you're getting him as the very last pick.
Yes. So
sometimes you don't know those names very well. So,
yeah. But it's looking rough, man. It a lot of interceptions in camp. They had that one video circulating of the trick play, and somebody commented it looks like a JV practice, and then that trick play. I saw one where they were quote unquote practicing in slow motion.
Ouch.
Yes. So
are we sure that wasn't a walkthrough?
Even walkthroughs, man, you gotta go through some speed. Me and you know firsthand, walkthroughs aren't walkthroughs.
No, I get it, but they're half speed.
Yeah,
and so I don't know. This is kind of the problem with I don't know who you got this report from. And so without it sitting in front of me, I'm just skeptical at times with some of these things where people say,
well, yeah, well, here, kind of the problem about how me and you gather news. We have no insiders.
True.
We're two guys in a basement talking fantasy football.
Our insiders are Twitter.
Yes, so Twitter, and due to the nature of what we do for a living, we listen to a lot of podcasts and radios.
Yep.
You know, we're not getting firsthand accounts. We're definitely not at practice. That'd be awesome. If a team would love to invite us to a practice, awesome, we can make that work. So we'll figure something out. But that would be awesome. Maybe one day. But yeah, it's the Bears look rough. The Bears look rough. So I do have a question for you.
Yes.
Before we get to our DraftKings segment, because I know we are running long on this. Have you seen anything out of Raider camp?
No.
But I haven't either. Now, granted, I haven't gone and looked for it. But normally, if things are going good, you get force-fed the good videos.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I haven't seen anything about Ashton Genty. I've seen one Brock Bowers catch.
Yeah.
Now, we've heard the blurbs that Thornton Jr. looks good.
Yeah, that's about it. Well, there's the possibility that they're the team playing in garbage time.
Yes.
And so they're just racking up stats.
It doesn't help their division is so difficult.
Very true.
So
maybe we should start looking at drafting more Raiders just because of this.
Maybe.
Because they're going to be in some shootouts.
Yeah, I didn't make a note of that, but I remember thinking I needed to. That I hadn't seen a whole lot of Raiders.
Now that you mention it, I've only seen blurbs. I haven't seen a single video. We need to start following some other people on the old Twitter device.
Maybe. So guys, we're going to take a break and get situated for the draft since we are already running a little long on this. We will be right back with you guys.
And that is the sound of our draft about to start in 35 seconds.
35 seconds, and
number 1 overall pick falls our way.
You know what? Let's not try to get fancy with this. We're taking Ja'Marr Chase.
No kidding.
Yes. Take him number 1. We'll play this out. If you're a new listener, we're on DraftKings. These are 20 rounds, 12 teams, half-point PPR. This is my first time this year being number 1 pick on DraftKings.
We're on the clock.
We're on the clock. We're taking Ja'Marr Chase. I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that.
That's a no-brainer.
We are up in 22 picks.
Let's just go ahead and pause the podcast, and we'll meet back up with you guys in 2 hours.
In 2 hours. No, good thing is DraftKings runs a little bit quicker. We can kind of look ahead. If we're looking down the board, Chase Brown is slotted right at pick 22. Bucky Irving's ADP has him at 23. Josh Jacobs, 24. Ladd McConkey is up there at 19 if he would fall down a little bit. A.J. Brown at 18. Jonathan Taylor, Tyreek Hill. These guys are all kind of right around here. If we can project a little bit, do any of those names scream at you?
It might be a little bit of a fever dream, but if Chase Brown could be available for us.
Would you want to go back-to-back Bengals?
I'd be fine with it in this case.
Go back-to-back Bengals and then try to get Joe Burrow for the super stack?
I'm not going to go that far to say we have to
I feel like we would have to do that at that point. The name that screams out to me is Ladd McConkey.
Okay.
If starting a Ja'Marr Chase, Ladd McConkey.
You brought to the table that the Chargers are looking good.
Yes.
And he's probably going to be the number 1 option in that offense. So I wouldn't hate it. But we'll see who falls.
We'll see.
We've got a whole round before our pick.
Any interest in taking Trey McBride?
No.
Okay, good, because it's a hard no for me too. His ADP's already up there.
Yeah, I think
if it's Brock Bowers, yeah, but not.
Yeah, I think we're going to look back at the end of the season. I think we're going to say that's kind of an overdraft for him. And obviously everybody already knows my feelings about TJ Hawkinson going to be one of the top 3 tight ends this season.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are on the clock in 3 picks, and we'll go back-to-back. Unlikely Chase Brown falls to us. So is there anybody you're seeing?
So I like Garrett Wilson.
Yep, I agree with that. If he reaches past him, would you be willing to it?
He was Lamar Jackson.
He's there.
Okay, so we got 30 seconds. Chase Brown or Bucky Irving?
I kind of like Chase just on the pure fact that we're talking about they're going to be in shootouts. Defense is bad.
Okay, then we need. Okay, we'll take Chase Brown here,
And then Garrett Wilson.
and then Garrett Wilson. But
Team fun. Team fun. Team fun.
we're going after Joe Burrow,
Okay.
and this is going to be our Cincinnati.
Let's check real quick what his ADP is. 46. I don't think we're going to be able to
We're at
get
pick
him.
48, 49.
We'll see,
So,
but I don't think he's going to fall.
this might be our. If he does fall, this turns into we're building a team around the Cincinnati Bengals.
I guess.
So
It's not my preferred method, but
it's not. But this is what we're
it'll
going
be
with.
fun.
It'll be fun. Well, this roster would be, if we can pull this off, this would be a 2 quarterback roster. Because we're going very early on Joe Burrow. We'll go very late on the other quarterback.
Anthony Richardson
late. So, we can boost. There's an extra running back we can take or an extra receiver we can take. We can still go 3 tight ends. Normally, I like going 3 quarterbacks, 3 tight ends, 7 running backs, 7 receivers.
Okay, so just kind of looking ahead, 48-49 in that area. Jameson Williams, Rashee Rice, Alvin Kamara, Cortland Sutton, Tetro McMillan. Kamara, I feel like this is an easy pick, assuming he's there. But
I won't say easy because I'm higher on Jameson Williams than you are.
Okay.
We did just see Cortland Sutton get paid, and down there at 52 is George Pickens. And if they don't have Micah Parsons, this is another team that's going to have to win in shootout.
Fair.
And look, if you have to double, you're not doubling George Pickens, you're doubling CeeDee Lamb.
True.
I'm the first one to go 0 running back.
Yeah.
I'm.
It's kind of growing on me with all of the options late.
Well, and just the value you get with rookie running backs, I'm willing to punt. I'm willing to draft 3 or 4 rookie running backs and just hope for the best. And granted, this is best ball, so you don't get to play waivers, but those rookie running backs do get run.
We'll see if last year's trend holds. But last year, if you kind of didn't have a team's number 1 wide receiver, you were standing out in the rain.
Yeah. Well, last year too, the old veteran running backs won you leagues. So
yeah,
my 0 running back strategy didn't really work last year.
But that was definitely an outlier.
Yes. So, there goes Jameson Williams. So
okay. We are on the clock in 3 picks. Joe Burrow's still there.
If he's there, we have to take it. For the sake of the podcast.
I don't like this game, but I guess we'll have to do it.
We're playing Super Stack
for the brand.
If we could have got T. Higgins, then we could have just went full Cincinnati offense. If the 2 teams drafted before us noticed that we went Chase and Jamar Chase and Chase Brown, they might not let us. There goes DK Metcalf.
Somehow I doubt.
Joe Burrow went right in front of us.
Okay.
So I like Alvin Kamara.
And then Sutton? You want to do Sutton since he got his deal?
Sutton or George Pickens? Who do you like?
Man. Let's go Sutton.
Okay. That means we're taking Bo Nix.
We are absolutely not taking Bo Nix.
I don't know.
I don't take a strong stance on many things about don't draft this guy, but I would not feel good about taking Bo Nix as my QB1.
Right, so 5 rounds in, we're looking at Chase Brown and Alvin Kamara, and we have Jamar Chase, Garrett Wilson, and Cortland Sutton. So, our Super Stack dreams are out the window. We're up at picks 72 and 73 coming up. Jerry Jeudy's at 71, Mahomes at 72, no thank you. Aaron Jones at 73, Ibuka at 74, and Ricky Pearsall 75. Can I talk you into going Ibuka Pearsall?
Exactly what I was thinking too.
Okay.
Maybe it's the heat. Maybe it's the camp hype. But I'm down for Ibuka and Pearsall.
Now that does mean we're gonna miss out on our Brian Robinson Jr. train.
More
than likely miss out on the Hawkinson train.
Yeah, but A.K. Dobbins.
Yes.
He's still.
We're gonna miss.
I don't know if his ADP has moved that much yet, but I think last time I saw his ADP was like 104 ish.
I got
105
him in the mock draft I did today on the Sleeper app. I got him.
Right now his ADP is 105. So And he's one of my favorites. He's one of my favorite late round target running backs.
So here's a guy we can have a talk about, and I know we're up in 13 picks, so we got some time to talk here. How do you feel, and what do you feel about Sam Laporta?
I think
so. To set the table, he's at ADP 62. So he's not on the table for us, but his name's there, and that's a name we hadn't really talked about a whole lot this year, and he caught my eye.
At that position, at that ADP, I don't like it. However, I think he has himself a positive year.
What scares me is what happened last year.
Yeah.
Is you went from one year being essentially a very focal point of an offense to the next year you're not as involved. As we're talking, he just went at pick 63.
I think he'll rebound and be closer to year one, but I don't think he's going to be like far and away the best tight end out there. So just that ADP, I don't like the ADP when it comes down to it. The ADP is not my favorite.
But I think a lot of his rookie year was touchdown based too, and his touchdowns came down. And, we've had the talks. We know the back and forth that touchdowns are a sticky stat.
So, Are not.
Yes,
touchdowns are not a sticky stat.
So we're up in 3 picks, and the board fell a little goofier. Now, Abuka and Pearsall are still there, but Roma Dunze is also there. RJ Harvey is still here currently. We're 2 picks away.
You don't like the Bears this year, and you're advocating to leave them off your board entirely.
Now, so what you have projected to me, what you think Roma Dunze can be, is definitely something that you would be interested in.
But okay, we're on the board. I think Pearsall, just on the pure fact of he is essentially their only option outside of Kittle.
Yeah, we just took Ricky Pearsall.
And I like Igbuka. That was our plan before. I'm good with sticking to it. But if you're backing out on it, if you want...
Now, does Jerry Jeudy scream at you at all? He's right in between both those guys.
Nah, I like Igbuka more.
Okay. So we went Igbuka. We went Ricky Pearsall. We already have 5 receivers on our roster.
Yes, we do. We're good on wide receiver for a little while.
We need running backs. We only have 2 of them. We're picking, again, in 21 picks at pick 96 and 97.
We can only hope that TJ Hawkinson falls that far. Just kidding. I don't
well, so here's the scary thing.
You said 198 and 96.
96, 97. You scroll down to 96, 97. That is the Evan Ingram, Kyler Murray, Mark Andrews, Jalen Warren, Travis Etienne, Michael Pittman Jr., Cam Scatterboo window.
Okay. If I like Warren and then reaching for J.K. Dobbins down 10 picks.
So J.K. Dobbins is at 106. Yeah. Tyler Warren at 105.
In that case, now that you say that, Warren and Dobbins are my 2 preferred.
I'm not hyper on Jalen Warren. I don't think Travis Etienne is going to be the starter. If he does start the season as a starter, he's not going to end the season as a starter. You can get Tank Dell later.
No, I agree that it was in our camp hype where we were talking about Tank Bigsby.
Tank Bigsby, yes.
Is definitely going to take that role from Etienne. And at this point, we might even find out how much Etienne spots him.
Did someone reach down and grab him?
Who?
Bigsby. Okay, hold on. So Travis Etienne's at 98.
Maybe his...
Oh, he's at 139.
Okay.
So
I was going to say, I doubt his ADP changed that much.
He's all the way down there behind Jaden Blue. Jaden Blue's at 136. Rookie running back for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, no,
for the audience. That's crazy to me. Mr. Tank Bigsby, if you're listening, or
Big fan.
Anybody in your camp is listening, we love you on this podcast, buddy. We got 9 more picks. There's a couple names on this, and you have a little insight about this guy with your listening habits and your fanship. What is Mr. Jordan Mason going to do for the Minnesota Vikings?
So, before now...
And TJ Hawkinson goes at pick 87.
Essentially right at ADP. Mm-hmm. Before now, I was firmly in the camp of Aaron Jones is going to repeat last season. That being said, Vikings beat writers that I listen to, that I read, they're saying Jordan Mason is scary big, scary fast, and has surprisingly good hands for what they've seen him do before.
My understanding of what happened last year is not what they want it to happen. They didn't want Aaron Jones being...
No, they did not.
So...
They kind of expected a lot more from... I'm spacing on his name. The third-string running back. They expected a lot more from him, and he just did not provide.
Didn't they bring in Cam Akers?
They did bring in Cam Akers, and Cam Akers looked good.
Maybe not good.
No, man.
He looks serviceable.
I'm going to be very honest. When he had to spot in for Aaron Jones, he looked good. He ran the ball very effective. But that being said, I expected it to be a 80-20 with Aaron Jones getting the bigger piece of the pie. But now it's really sounding like with Jordan Mason, it's going to be a straight 50-50. Are we on the clock?
Yeah, I'm taking them now. Our guys are there. Tyler Warren, I just took.
And J.K. Dobbins?
J.K. Dobbins, I just took. So, you do a good job.
Go.
You do a good job of explaining this a little bit better than I do, so I'll let you take the handle. We reached down quite a bit to grab those. Now, we're not projected again to draft until 121. We took those guys. Their ADP was 105 and 106. Why I'm saying this is because Baker Mayfield, Chris Godwin, Kyler Murray, Mark Andrews, these guys are all... Baker Mayfield's ADP is 86. Those other guys are in the 90s. We reached down past all of these guys to pick those guys. And that's because we feel better about what they can do for your roster. And it's more of a point of don't let ADP always dictate your draft.
In my opinion, nothing bothers me more than when a draft goes almost entirely chalk, because at that point it's like, why didn't we just let the computer auto draft for all of us if it's gonna stick that close to chalk? I have guys I feel good about, so I like taking them when I get them.
Now understand, I'm not. This is not a I pick at pick 50. I'm going all the way down to ADP 87.
No, but you have the whole round to pick from.
Yes. So don't be afraid to look 10, 12 spots ahead.
And if you feel that good about a guy, then absolutely reach down to get him to make sure you get him. I'm not afraid to overdraft a guy if I feel that even where I'm reaching to get him is a steal.
Yes. So, with all that being said, we pick again at 120 and 121. Now, we do not have a quarterback yet.
Not yet.
We only have the 3 running backs. We do have 5 receivers and 1 tight end. So, we're doing pretty good on those 2. If we go down to 120 and 121, that has us looking Justin Herbert at 117. If we could get Justin Herbert at 117, and then with our 120 pick, and then turn around and get maybe Ramondre Stevenson. I mean, we need some running back help.
I think in this case, our next pick, we're definitely going to have to take Bigsby.
Yeah, because then we don't pick again until 144, 145.
So if we feel this big about Bigsby, which we do.
We do.
Star him and hope that nobody reaches down ahead of us. And then
Herbert, so J.J. McCarthy's at 114.
I don't think he's going to fall that far.
Herbert's at 170.
Okay.
And that's kind of the tier. Oh, we're up in 2 picks.
Yes, we are.
Oh, there went Trey Harris. I would have loved to do the pairing. Okay, so we'll take Justin Herbert here.
Okay.
Just because I feel like he's a tier break at quarterback right there.
Hank.
We'll reach down there and we'll grab Tank Bigsby.
While we were talking and I was doing my little, don't let ADP dictate where you take somebody, and you were kind of sketching out who we might be taking, I was looking at Jordan Love and Tucker Kraft on the board right next to each other at 122 and 123, and while you were kind of painting the picture, I watched Tucker Kraft go off the board 20 picks ahead of where he was supposed to. And I was like, I don't like the Packers, but Love and Kraft at the same time, I can't argue with that. And then they completely took that away.
We still need some running back help. Although we're getting there. I'd like to...
You want to go ahead and read off our roster real quick?
Yeah. We got Justin Herbert, captain in this team. Running back-wise, we have Chase Brown, Alvin Kamara, J.K. Dobbins, and Tank Bigsby. Receiver-wise, we have Jamar Chase, Garrett Wilson, Cortland Sutton, Ricky Pearsall, and Emeka Egbuka. Tight end, we have Tyler at 144. Since we went early tight end, I'm fine with punting tight end.
But, I mean, look, how can you argue this, though? Is that Kyle Pitts is sitting on the board at 141. And Kyle Williams right after him. This just seems like an easy 1-2 to me, bro.
I'd rather die.
I know. I'm just
pulling
your leg.
If
Kyle Williams, I am serious about that one.
Okay.
He's at 143. We might need to take our second quarterback. Because as of right now, the quarterbacks on the board, Bryce Young, Cam Ward, Stafford, Geno, Sam Darnold, Anthony Richardson, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson. Stafford scares me.
Yeah, what if we just punt and go Richardson, Rodgers?
That's strategy.
All right, we're going to take Quentin Johnston here. We're on the clock. Look at the board real quick. You want to take Zach Ertz?
No. Jonnu Smith, 158.
Grab him real quick because I'm running out of... Good, because then I can try to throw Rodgers in there with him. Okay, so we'll start Anthony Richardson for our next pick.
Running backs on the board. Anybody jumping out at you aside from Ford?
Algier, Ford. Those guys stand out a little bit. Braylon Allen does. News is that... scuttlebutt is that Breece Hall's not going to be their guy. Braylon Allen is still young. They're going to work him more into the offense.
That's crazy because the camp hype that was coming out is saying that Breece Hall is going to hit a new level.
Did you see what Breece Hall came out?
No.
So he's at the podium. They're asking him about his contract. And he straight up said, these guys didn't bring me in. He's like, I do not expect to.
Wow.
He said, I'm not their guy.
So it sounds like Ford and Anthony Richardson are picks.
So if we're up in 6th, Austin Eckler, what do you feel about Austin Eckler? I think Richardson's definitely going to be one of our picks. Well, he can't be. He's not there anymore.
What?
Yep.
Oh no! We're picking between Sam Darnold and Geno Smith then, buddy.
Or Rodgers is down there at 176.
Oh, Geno goes off the board.
All right, so we're gonna have to grab Rodgers down there.
I would rather have Sam Darnold,
but for our Jonnu stack, we'll grab.
Is it really a stack when it's a tight end? Does it really matter that much?
Maybe. What if they're league burners? We don't have any Seattle Seahawks. There goes Algier.
Algier off the board.
I don't mind going Jerome Ford and then Rodgers.
All right.
There's just no. I don't like Alec Pierce. Kind of tickles my fancy down there. Brenton Strange just sent. We'll go Jerome Ford, Mr. Hatman himself, Aaron Rodgers.
192 and 193 are our next picks. Looks like we're going to miss out on Thornton because his ADP is 183. I remember when his ADP was 205.
Those were the days. So we still need at least one quarterback, one tight end, one more receiver, and two more running. Gotta love the 20.
Did you say tight end?
Yes. I would like for sure at this turn to grab one more.
If that's the case. You got a name?
Will Shipley.
Okay. He's your guy. What about Miles Sanders?
It sounds gross.
yeah, but Miles Sanders is more likely to start than... I mean, Will Shipley, you're pretty much depending on Saquon getting hurt or them being so ahead that they're throwing in the backups, which, I mean, is a possibility.
Or Rico Dowdle, Roshan Johnson. So that has us looking at Justice Hill, Russell Wilson. I meant to bring this up on our news. We, a couple of episodes ago, said Keenan Allen signed with the Chargers.
Yeah.
We got.
I was meaning to talk to you about that.
We got, because... Or I got, because I saw that news on the good old Twitter face. I was mistaken. They should sign him. I think that'd be a good swan song for him. But he has not signed anything.
If that's the case, you might as well take Flacco.
I don't mind.
At 225.
I don't mind taking Flacco.
Okay. So go ahead and star him, I guess.
225, we can get him.
Yeah, it'll be the next.
Yeah, the next round, the next turn.
That's 216, 217.
Oh, Thornton keeps making his way down.
Insane. Up in 6 picks.
We need 2 running backs. There's 2 running backs on the roster I wouldn't mind as our last 2. Roshan Johnson and Rico Dowdle. I wouldn't mind those 2 guys as our last 2. Rico might be the starter in Carolina.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think I'd feel better with Miles Sanders than Rico Dowdle.
Oh, well.
Roschon Johnson on the board.
Okay, we'll take Roschon Johnson. I'll give you Miles Sanders over.
It's the last running back pick anyways.
Our running back room is Chase Brown, Alvin Kamara. We also have J.K. Dobbins, Tank Bigsby, Jerome Ford, Roschon Johnson, and Miles Sanders.
Are we taking another tight end?
Yes.
We have two.
Yes, I would like a third.
Is there a name jumping out at you?
So when do we pick next? 216.
Yeah, 216.
Ooh.
Ferguson?
Who's that rookie?
Talking about Arroyo?
No, the rookie for the Giants.
Fedone. His ADP is 1,109.
Can we take him as the last pick of the draft? Just, go ahead and star him. He's going to be our last pick of the draft.
My goodness. He's starred.
So we still need... we are
going way off the board with that one.
We still need a quarterback and a receiver.
Okay, so here's the question.
Do we take Trey Lance because he balled out in the Hall of Fame game?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
If Shuck does not get drafted and we pick between Shuck and Flacco, who do you want?
Flacco.
Flacco? Okay.
Okay, so we're up in a pick. We need a receiver. You want Yosivas? Nah, I don't want Yosivas. Do you want De'Ami Brown? Do you want Tyler Lockett? Do you want Ray McLeod? I don't mind taking...
Slayton.
Where's he at? Oh, there
204.
Okay. We'll take Slayton, which means we need quarterback now. Let's go, Mr. Flacco. Welcome to the roster. And our last pick is starred, so...
He is starred.
We can... All right, I'm going to read over the roster, and you tell me how you feel, okay? Quarterback, we have Justin Herbert. We have Aaron Rodgers. We have Mr. Flacco. Running back, we have Chase Brown, Alvin Kamara. We've got J.K. Dobbins, Tank Bigsby, Jerome Ford, Roschon Johnson, and Miles Sanders. Receiver, we have Jamar Chase, Garrett Wilson, Cortland Sutton, Ricky Pearsall, Abuka, Quentin Johnston, and Darius Slayton. Tight end, Tyler Warren, Jonnu Smith, and hopefully, unless somebody snags him.
Well, nobody's going to snag him. I'm just looking at who's on the board right now. And it's Ferguson, your boy in L.A., Noah Gray, and Cole Kmet.
Colston Loveston's going to be the tight end in Chicago, so I'm out on Cole Kmet. I like Ferguson a lot. Noah Gray is going to get some work. We've seen it more and more as Travis Kelce's gotten older. But I kind of just like the fun of Mr. Irrelevant. We have Tyler Warren
going insanely off the board.
We went not super early, but we went early on Tyler Warren.
Yes, we did.
And so our roster is basically built on he's our guy. So, and we went Jonnu Smith earlier than going late on two tight ends. So,
yeah.
So let's have fun. Let's give the guy a little boost in ADP. Pull him out of the thousands with that catch at least. Come on, guys.
The administrator that sees this one is going to be like, what is going on there?
No, they're going to say that. They're going to say, oh, they saw the catch. So,
assuming it's not just some stat nerd, some guy that was almost an accountant.
Now it's just going to be funny to see if he goes off the board.
Impossible. Impossible.
I kind of just want it to happen now.
I'd be shocked. And at that point, I'd be taking Ferguson. Noah Gray goes off the board.
Did you draft him? Oh, you should have let the auto draft.
Yeah, my finger slipped. I didn't want to wait any longer.
Guys, if you listened to this long one, thank you for being with us. And maybe we'll get a shorter episode to you guys next week.
I hope you guys had fun. I love you, and good night.
Good night, guys.